Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be reacting to my one and only, last and first debut album, Swan Songs, that I wrote and produced in 2018. I had only been producing for so I'd been trying to produce on GarageBand for a few months, and then I'd only been producing on Logic for about 6 months. So yeah, I would say in total, I'd only been producing for about 9 to 10, I'm going to say 9 to 11 months, give or take. So nearly a year, but not quite a year. I'll set up the story in a minute, but first of all, give you my reason of why I want to do this today. Okay, number one, I'm a little bit sick, so I sound a little bit, sick. I was meant to be going to a band practice, but it got cancelled, thankfully, because I literally couldn't do it today anyway. But seeing as I'd done my makeup, and it'd been the first, day in a week where I actually got to do my makeup, so I kind of went a little bit all out with it. I thought, you know what, I may as well do a video and do something that, I don't know, is a bit more personal, a bit more intimate, a bit more cozy. A little bit crazy too, because like I said, I am sick. I'm nearly completely off my antidepressants, and this is going to be quite vulnerable for me. So I don't know why I'm throwing myself in such a vulnerable, fragile situation, but living life on the edge, baby. And also, I've just wanted to do this for a while, this idea. If you haven't watched my update video, you should probably go watch that because it'll explain everything that's going to be happening over this month. But I thought before I go into all these patron requests that I have to do, I wanted to do a little video that is, I don't know, just like about me, I guess. This album is only 29 minutes, well, nearly half an hour long, but I imagine this video, I don't know how long the video is going to be, but there's going to be a lot for me to talk about, I reckon. I'm going to be cringing a lot. I'm going to be feeling a lot of weird feelings and going down memory lane a little bit for sure. But anyway, let's go into the album a little bit. So like I said, I'd been producing for not even a year. In uni, I was studying music, and my main thing being musical performance. And when I say musical performance, I don't mean musicals, okay? I don't mean musicals. I just mean music performance, playing on stage, live, stuff like that. Don't mean to brag or anything, but I was nailing it. I was nailing it, okay? So my live performance stuff would always get good grades. That was the thing I was the best at, basically. I was very into it and passionate, and I still am. Like, I don't really play live a lot now, but I'm actually different now playing live to what I used to be. I lost a lot of my confidence now, but I used to be very, very confident and passionate and bared my soul, and yeah, I got good grades, right? And I thought in my last year of uni, do I want to be studying something that is something I already feel like I'm pretty good at, pretty comfortable with, or do I want to suck up knowledge of something that I have no idea about? I decided I wanted to switch lanes and go onto the production course. Yeah, crazy. Because we'd had production lessons throughout uni here and there, and I always found it to be really difficult. I definitely sucked and couldn't really take instructions, didn't really understand a lot. Here and there, I would do well at little things. When we had to do like a trailer once, I made music for like a video. It wasn't a trailer, it was like a small video, and you had to make music to it, and I made like a horror type sort of sound to it. And I actually really enjoyed doing that. But then forgot about it as like other things came along and other things to learn and whatever, In our third year, when we got presented with what we want to do for our final thing, like you could write a dissertation, you could put on a live performance, you could, I can't remember, there's just so many, score a film or something, or you could produce an album. And I thought, wow, produce an album. I've got so many musical ideas in my head, and like, I've tried picking up guitars, I've tried playing the piano, I've tried playing the drums, and I just could never stick to it. So I always had to rely on other people to make the instrumental. It was a little frustrating because I had so many ideas. I knew what I wanted to do in my head, but I just couldn't put it anywhere. So I thought production. that is like a whole world where I can make anything I want. Of course, I didn't realize how difficult it was actually going to be, but I loved the concept of being able to do what I want, exactly what I want. And, I gave it a little practice here and there and I enjoyed it. Of course, when it gets to stuff like mastering and mixing, that is something I started to find out along the way, and something that I started to be like, oh my gosh, I did not realize it was going to be this hard. I thought I could just slam a few little synths together, put on an electronic drum beat, and off I go. But no, there was just so much to it. And I did have a mentor, which was good, but it just wasn't enough. Like, I needed more help. Before my deadline, oh, this is crazy, but like, I stayed up all night just trying to master my album, trying to finish it, right? And it was driving me actually crazy. I literally couldn't sleep. And then the next day, it's not like I could have slept or anything. No, I had to be on a flight to Barcelona. So, yeah, I was running off no sleep, and I was getting on a plane to Barcelona to go and see Lana Del Rey with my friend. And I brought my laptop with me. I did finish the album and send it off, but I was panicking and I still had to write essays. So I had to bring my work with me to Barcelona, and I was literally feeling it so much. And it was the beginning of me going for a bit of a psychosis sort of thing. I was in a very strange place. But anyway, when I saw Lana Del Rey, I just remember bursting out crying because of all the stress I'd been under. And I was like, oh my God, finally I get to see my queen. It was like amazing. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, everything is okay because I get to see Lana Del Rey. And she is the one that inspired me so much throughout this process of producing. So it was a beautiful moment, but yeah, it was also stressful. The whole, everything around that. But obviously this is going on a little bit long, this intro. It's just, I don't know, it is a crazy thing. But I think we'll get into the music and more will be said, more will be unfurled. Yeah, let's do it. I'm just going to quickly grab myself a fizzy drink. I think I'm also going to try and stop putting my loud YouTube voice on. It's my voice, but it's just louder. So I'm going to, I don't know why I do it. I have a mic right here. It's right up here. And I kind of shout when I talk to the camera. Ugh, I don't know why. I think I've just been doing it for so long that I don't know, that's the way I do it now. But yeah, just going to try and tone it down a little bit. The first song is an introduction. There was different qualifications, not qualifications, but like a checklist of things that I had to do for the album, if that makes sense. I can't remember them all, but maybe I'll remember as I go. I do remember that one of them I had to do record a real instrument, so I couldn't just use the synths and software instruments. I had to record real instruments. Obviously my voice is a real instrument, but I wanted to do more anyway, just so I knew how to, and so on. One of them was a field recording, so sounds from either nature or just outside sounds, basically. I can't remember them all. Also, I want to let you know, this album is just far from perfect, which I imagine you already gathered, considering I made it within a year, and it wasn't even a whole year, and I was still learning as I was going. So there's a lot of real rough patches, but hey, I did it all on my own, and I'm pretty pleased with it. Oh my God, I just noticed it's the 10th of April now, and I made this on the 30th and I released this on the 30th of April in 2018. That's crazy. So literally nearly 6 years ago exactly. But anyway, let's do it. The first one is called Introduction, Obsession with Progression. We'll give it a listen, and then I'll talk about it after. Oh my God, I'm so nervous now. Okay, let's go.
New sky, same vibe, like gritting my teeth on tinfoil. I have a habit, an obsession with progression. You're not my friend if you don't have it. I'm cold, I'm warm, never one long enough to grab it.
Okay, so that's the introduction. What I do like about that is the vocal layering, something I don't actually do as much now. We had like a high harmony, the middle main line, and a low harmony, and they were stacked in a way that felt very like the vocals had a lot of presence to them, and a little, the whole instrumental with the vocals was quite haunting with the delay and the reverb and the choice of notes and the sounds. Yeah, I do like that I stacked the vocals. Let's go through it a little bit. I do like the delay. I like how the delay creates lots of like patterns throughout the like head. You know what I mean? Like it's like it like moves around a bit. Yeah. I do find these synths to be quite funny. I don't know why. They're just so like... They're kind of obnoxious, but then it kind of... I wish that was a bit quieter. If I was to mix it now, I'd make that a little quieter. Whoop, 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 whoop. That bit, just sink it into the background a little bit, but it feels like a character, like a person.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, the synths feel obnoxious. They feel like almost like people. They feel like they're a vocal line, like not like the melodies are like vocal lines, but they feel like characters. They're very strong. It wasn't my intention, but when I'm hearing it now, it kind of has like oh, okay, that's you want this synth to be heard more than anything else. So I don't know why I did it like that. I don't know. But yeah, now we get into the lyrics. I'm going to listen and talk through it.
Same boat, sailing down a river of turmoil. New sky, same vibe, like gritting my teeth on tinfoil.
Okay, so I say new note, same boat. Like, what did I say? Wait, new note, same boat, sailing down a river of turmoil. Okay, so when I wrote new note, it is because I opened a new note on my notes app. I was just like, what do I write? I was like, what do I write? And I was literally like, new note. And like, I feel like I was having a bit of writer's block or wasn't quite sure what to do. Like, I didn't know this was going to be my introduction song yet either. This is just something I was just making randomly. So I wrote new note, same boat, sailing down a river of turmoil. So it's like, it's a new note, but I'm going through the same shit. Like all the songs I've been writing about, it's the same. It's like, I'm still going through shit, basically. I'm still going through it. And then it says,
sailing down a river of turmoil. New sky, same vibe, like gritting my teeth on tinfoil.
Yeah, sorry, my cough. But I say new sky, same vibe, like gritting my teeth on tinfoil. So yeah, like the days are changing, but the vibe stays the same. I'm still feeling this turmoil. It's like gritting your teeth on tinfoil, which is obviously not a nice feeling. It's a cringy, horrible, painful feeling. And that's kind of what my days were feeling like, just like this same like pain over and over again. I will have to say a lot of this album, trigger warning, does cover a lot of PTSD and my feelings around that.
I have a habit, an obsession with progression. You're not my friend if you don't have it. I'm cold.
I actually love that line. So, I have a habit, an obsession with progression. You're not my friend if you don't have it. I have a habit, an obsession with progression. I am obsessed with trying to better myself and progressing forward. That is the truth. I have an obsession with progressing forward, being a better person and being a good person, bettering yourself constantly. And you're not my friend if you don't have that obsession too. That's just straight facts. Look at me. I'm like throwing out like a hand like this. I'm telling you. If you don't have that same obsession of wanting to better yourself always, then you're not my friend. We cannot be friends. I just don't enjoy people like that. So I still stick by that.
I'm warm, never one long enough to grab it.
Okay, so then I say I'm cold, I'm warm, never one long enough to grab it. So basically just talking about my flippant emotions and how I feel about things. Yes, I have an obsession with progression and getting better, but I do have shifting moods, the joys of having borderline personality disorder, I guess, and possible ADHD. So yeah, there's that. And that still rings very true to me. And then never one long enough to grab it. And then the song ends and it's like you tried to grab it, but the song's gone. It's kind of what I was going for. But anyway, that moves us on into Buried in the Sand, the first ever song I produced and released. Let's go. Buried in the Sand. Oh, and I remember I had to use sampling, was one of my check boxes. So I had to sample a sound and you'll hear the sample right away. Sampling my own voice. So weird, it like gives me like a horror haunted R&B, early 2000s R&B song. Like if Destiny's Child was like horror with the instrumental, not the vocals.
Screaming out my name, crippled by my shame and hurt, I let you get away. Now that I got you in my corner, you can't get away. And no matter how hard you try to escape, I'll get my way. You should have known better not to play games with my mental health. Now the only escape for you is that you kill yourself.
I was angry.
Is that you kill yourself?
I was super angry, okay? I don't want anyone to go unliving themselves, but...
Busting fills with crimson red, blood ribbons round your neck. The vengeful demon has been fed, and yours is now a wreck. So come to bed, she said, holding up her hand. Bring your heavy head so I can bury you in the...
Then we move into the next song. But yes, of course, I'm going to go through the song. This is going to be a long video, like I said, but also, guys, this is something I've wanted to do for a while, you know? I don't know, maybe because I'm getting back into producing and trying to have a little bit more confidence again with it. Revisiting this is just like, I don't know, it's kind of cathartic and needed for me. But anyway, I'm going to go through the song, talk a little bit about it. But what I will say is the inspiration I had for this song was actually a song from the game The Sims Herbs. Really random. It was a song at one of the districts called The Foundry. I'm going to put the song in post and just show you a little bit of it. as you will hear, it doesn't actually sound anything like this song, but it was my inspiration. There are little parts of it that are inspired by it, basically. And with it being my first song I ever wrote, I was trying to get inspiration from this song. But of course, when you're first ever producing something, you don't know what the hell you're doing. So you're like, trying to find sounds that are inspired by the sound that you want, but you can't, you don't quite know what you're doing, basically. So it did turn out to be completely different, but it turned out to be something I loved. I really loved this song when I made it. But yeah, let's go through it. I like the cymbals. That's the other thing, me trying to like put together like drum patterns and stuff when I literally had never produced in my life. I don't even know how to play drums, nothing. I literally was just making up like what to do. I literally just heard it in my head and was like, okay, maybe I do this. And I just literally was there like, I guess I'll try that. Like, it takes so long. The drums were the hardest for me, for sure. Oh my God, so hard. They're still hard now, to be fair. But that's why you'll probably get quite a lot of unique sounding drums.
Come to my bed, she said, holding out her hand. Bring your heavy head so I can bury you in the sand. Bring the tape, she said, with the smile of a fox. I'm going to kill you dead and conceal you in a box.
Okay, so I say, come to bed, she said, holding out her hand. Bring your heavy head so I can bury you in the sand. Come to bed, she said, with a smile of a fox. I'm going to kill you dead and then conceal you in a box. So already there's some murderous tendencies going on here. This is actually a darker side of me talking to the person who had most recently at the time R-worded me. So this song is kind of a fantasy. It was a fantasy. It's not my fantasy now, you know, but at the time it was a fantasy of like wishing that I was this dark, evil seductress that could like lure R-wordists into situations and then be able to kill them. It's basically that. So yeah, I'll keep going with the lyrics.
My room, she hissed, cold as a snake. I will make sure you're not missed once I hide you in the lake. Come to me, she spoke, eyes glowing in a window.
And yeah, like she is basically like supernatural as well. She's almost like vampiric. When I was going through a bit of a dissociative time in my earlier years, I did have this caricature of a woman who was immortal and she was very powerful and she protected like me and my inner child and so on like that. But she was also like supernatural. So I think I was diving into that character that I know well and bringing her out again and I don't know, making a song about. That's why I say she said, she did, because it's not me. It's part of me. Oh, let's keep going.
With everything you've broke, you deserve what the future holds. You tore my soul in two and left the other half alone. Desperately inside and glued, slipping from her throne. You dragged her.
Okay, so you tore my soul in two and left the other half alone, desperately inside unglued, slipping from her throne. So I'm saying me, like my soul at this point, because I am differentiating between me and her, even though we are the same person. I'm saying this person, this evil person, ripped away the part of me that is confident and strong, more like this seductress, sultry, like, you know, powerful woman. I'm saying when this guy did what he did to me, he took that strong part of me away and I was inside unglued from that other side of my soul. I was completely unglued and vulnerable. And that part of me was slipping from her throne. This like queen that she was is slipping from her throne. She is becoming fragile.
You dragged her through the dirt, screaming out my name. Crippled by my shame and hurt, I let you get away.
Yeah, so I say you dragged her through the dirt. As this vulnerable part is still in the body, right? I'm seeing this strong, absolute, like, amazing woman, you know, like this strong part of me being dragged through the dirt, and she's screaming for my help. And I'm crippled by so much shame and hurt from what he's done to me that I let him get away with it. I let him take that power from me. Oh, it's actually a little bit emotional. I'm not going to try not get too emotional, but yeah, I can really put myself, I knew this would be emotional in some ways, but it's really taken me down memory lane. And I don't mean just trauma memory lane, but like remembering how I felt at the time. I did feel like this very strong, independent woman. I was in my single era, first time as an adult, and I did feel strong. And it was really being pulled away from me in these horrible, disgusting moments with someone that I thought was a friend of mine. And this is some anger here, but I've done it like, it's weird because it's like piano, like, now that I got you in my corner, you can't get away. It's very like direct as well. So it's almost like I'm getting taken away from all this pain and hurt, and I'm like, no, I'm back. I'm fucking back. And I'm back as this like strong woman. And I'm like, now that I've got you in my corner, this is the fantasy coming to life again.
In my corner, you can't get away. And no matter how hard you try to escape or get my way, you should have known better not to play games with my mental health. Now the only escape for you is that you kill yourself.
So yeah, I say like, you know, you can't get away and you should have known better than to play games with my mental health. Interesting I say that. I think at the time, this song isn't necessarily just talking about the incident that happened. It's also like this frustration. The Queen version of me is pissed off. I'm like, how dare you fuck with my head when I've been on a good stride, been feeling really independent, feeling like no one could ever touch me or hurt me again. And you fucked that up. And now you've skewed my mind and made me feel like I should be scared, made me feel like I can't trust anyone. You fucked that up. So I'm angry here. And I'm like, but you know what? Now there's nothing you can do but unalive yourself. And this is, again, just the fantasy. It's not real. This won't actually happen. But in this song, I'm like, the only escape for you is that you do that to yourself. And you'll want to. Yeah, there's a lot of anger in this.
Is that you kill yourself?
I remember feeling anger when I was recording it, you know. I was really like, you know.
Dusting feels with crimson red, blood ribbons round your neck. The vengeful demon has been fed, and yours is now a wreck.
My vengeful demon has been fed because he's killed himself, and the demon within him is dead because I won. That's basically what I'm saying. For a bit more context, why I say that he has a vengeful demon, it's because when he did what he did to me, it was after him and his ex had broken up, and his ex was actually a good friend of mine in uni. So I think he wanted to do that to me so much to get revenge on his ex, so it seemed like I slept with him and betrayed her, which of course I didn't, but as you can imagine how hard it might have been for me to tell her what he did to me in fear that she wouldn't believe me and that I was trying to cover it up because I just wanted to sleep with him, which I didn't at all. Luckily, when I told her, she like literally believed me right away because some of the stuff I was saying he had done to me, he had actually done to her, and she had realised that actually he had R-worded her as well. So yeah, it was bittersweet. Bitter because it happened to someone else, not just me, but sweet because I was believed by her and I was so terrified I wouldn't be. So yeah.
So come to bed, she said, holding up her hand. Bring your heavy head so I can bury you in the...
I love that I don't say sand at the end, so I can bury you in the... It's just like, enough said. done. You know, Sand. You fucking know. And I like that I started with the same lines that I ended with the same lines that I started with, because normally, like, if you're being seductive, you're like, oh, come to bed, you know, a guy's going to be like, oh, hell yeah. But after hearing the whole in-between bit of how he's going to end up wanting to not be alive, at the end saying, come to bed, she said, it's like, oh, maybe you'll think twice about going to bed with her. Okay, next one is, funnily enough, a little bit lighter, because it's not about such dark things, but it was still about my ex-boyfriend. So the ex-boyfriend isn't the one that R-worded me, but my ex-boyfriend definitely broke my heart into a million fucking pieces and shattered me and crushed me as a human being. But this song's kind of cute. I'm ready for this one. And this is the one that my friend Ben actually played bass on. I wrote the bass line. I wrote it. I fucking wrote it. And he played it. Oh, actually, in the bridge, he does a bass line that I didn't write. He did that himself. In the bridge, he wrote the bass line, but the rest I wrote the bass line. And I'm glad that he did. Oh, no, I wrote the bass line bridge. He added little guitar parts. That was it. Yeah, he added little guitar parts that I didn't write or anything. But yeah, anyway. What I will say is, like, with Buried in the Sand and Lost Boy Alone, this song is called Lost Boy Alone, they have similar kind of textures and warmth to them. Like the sounds are kind of matching and cohesive so far, which is good. The Obsession with Progression wasn't... Actually, it was cohesive because it still had a haunting feeling like Buried in the Sand had. So yeah, they have blended quite well so far. I worked really hard on this one. It's the longest song on the album too, 6 minutes.
You want forgiveness, but you're not sorry. No matter what you said, your apology isn't for me. Your exterior was small, babe, but then built only for the blind. That's who you surround yourself with. Their eyes can't see, but you can't cover mine. You're a joke and it's funny. I giggle inside. What you want from me will always be mine. Lost boy, only know how to destroy. You think you're an idol, but you're just the worst kind of guy. Worst kind of guy. Worst kind of lost boy.
That's hilarious. Little sub boom. I find that so funny.
Lost boy, lost boy.
We'll go through it as well after. But yeah. Little things I'm hearing and I'm like, oh.
I can't believe the difference between now and then. I have been sorry through my journey, so clear to see when we met again. You're stuck at the start, seeing why. In fact, you've gotten worse, proving you were a waste of time. I'm glad I'm free and no longer have to deal with you.
kind of obnoxiously long, but I had a lot to say. And the tempo is slow too. The sub boom. Oh yeah.
Can't find a home. Lost boy.
That guitar, I like that.
Lost boy. Even if you find love. Lost boy. It won't be enough. It won't be enough.
This bit goes on way too long. Key change. I forgot about that. It's so funny, I worked so hard on this song, but it's like, it's quite rough around the edges. It's adorable though. Honestly, it's cute. How old was I? I think I was about 23 when I released this? Wait, 1995, 2005, 2015. Yeah, 23. I was about 23. Yeah, not gonna say too much now. I want to go through it and talk about it. Oh. Okay. I quite like the start. It's quite promising, actually. I like the fuzziness of that. I like that too. It's like down, down, down. All feels quite somber. And then you get hit with a boop, 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 boom. You know, it kind of like brings you up a little bit, and then you're like, oh, and it's like kind of cute, right? And you got the drum. I don't know why, I really liked using like organic sounding drums for some of these songs. Again, not knowing what the hell I'm doing with the drums, but just making it up as I go along. And that little whistle, I like that whistle. It feels really like, I don't know, just like out of this world, like space-like, doesn't it? I used to love that. Like, I remember when I first made it and I found that sound, I was like, oh, I love it. I felt like it was like so perfect. Also, I like the break before the vocal comes in, like, you. I can't remember what I say. You want forgiveness, but you're not sorry. No matter how hard you say it. Your apology isn't for me. And that's true. Literally, this song actually came from a time where, with my ex, like, I had to go back to uni and see him, right? Because I was in uni, he was in uni, so I saw him. And it was a crazy year. It was an intense year of back and forthing with each other sort of thing. Like, he had a girlfriend at the time, but it was ridiculous. It was just all ridiculous, and yeah. And like, I was very single, and like I said, I was quite like confident and very cocksure. After the breakup, I wanted to really be like that bit, the one that he would miss. And, you know, I did kind of get my way a lot throughout that. It was immature and petty, but, you know, oh well, it's kind of funny to think about. Anyway, and that's why it hurt so much, like with the Buried in the Sand song, that someone took that part of me away, you know? That's why it hurt so much. Took me off my high horse in the most disgusting, cruel way. So basically, I've not been with him. It's a crazy year. And then I don't see him. Like after uni, I think, yeah, this was in the second year. So then the third year comes around and I hadn't seen him in ages. And one night I was with my mate and he was with his friend. And he was like, oh, what are you up to? And I invited him over because there was just something, there was like unfinished business, right? Where like I wanted to see how different he was. Like, is he better as a person? Has he changed? Like, I just wanted to know if he was a better man. And he was not a better man. In fact, he was quite awful. And I was trying to bring up lots of things that he did that hurt me. And he literally, like, couldn't even register it. He couldn't even, like, fathom or, like, take it in. Like, every time I'd say something really vulgar that he'd done, he'd be like, what? No, and then like start talking about something else. Like he literally just couldn't. It was terrible. He's just an awful person. But it really cleared things up. Like when I'd come out of it, like that night, I was like, oh, so like I got closure. I got closure in the weirdest way. Closure in like the fact that I know that he can't really do closure. You know what I mean? He can't really do that. But I had closure knowing that. So yeah, and he wanted forgiveness. I was like, you want forgiveness, but you're not sorry. No matter how hard you say it, your apology isn't for me. Your apology is only ever for you to make yourself feel better.
You want forgiveness, but you're not sorry. No matter what you say, your apology isn't for.
I like what I do with my vocals on some of these lines. No matter what you say. I'm always like on the brink of like doing like a yodel. Like I did kind of do a yodel more here, but I'm feeling sick and it's, yeah. Like, no matter what you say. There's a lot of pushing and pulling, you know? A lot of push and pull in the vocal. Gives it a very like lazy, like effortless sort of sound.
No matter what you say your apology isn't for me. Your exterior was small, babe, but then built only for the blind. That's who you surround yourself with.
So in this, the last like couple years, like so like 2016, 17, I'd started to get into Lana Del Rey, and she really allowed me to embrace that nasally part of my voice that I used to be quite ashamed of. Everyone used to say they liked that part of my voice, but I used to think, oh, nasally, that sounds horrible. And but she allowed me to embrace that more like, baby voice, doop boop boopy doop, little Betty Boop voice sort of thing. I sound really bad doing it today, but you know what I mean. So I very much like emphasize that in some of these like vocals here. Yeah, my vocals, it's just interesting hearing them. Also, nowadays, I probably would do a little bit of like pitch correcting. Not in the sense of like full-blown autotune, but I would probably do a little bit of pitch correcting here and there. Whereas this one, I went in raw. This is all raw vocals and no pitch correcting at all. So they're a little shaky. And also during this time, I'd very much like lost my voice. After the breakup, I don't know why, but it took a really big toll on my voice. I don't know whether it was my throat chakra or something going on there, but I was very husky and my voice struggled for a little bit. And funnily enough, listening to Lana did help me get out of that. Lana like very much brought my voice back to a good place, just using different techniques. And of course, being at uni where I'm constantly learning about singing helped. But yeah, I went really husky for a bit, and I was still in the place here, but it was hard. There was some strain. Not in this part of the song or anything like that, but yeah. But when you're straining your voice, you can be a bit pitchy, basically.
Their eyes can't see, but you can't cover mine. You're a joke and it's funny. I giggle inside. What you want from
Yeah, so basically I'm saying, you know, your exterior is wallpaper thin, built only for the blind. That's who you surround yourself with. Their eyes can't see, but you can't cover mine. You're a joke and it's funny. I giggle inside. What you want from me will always be mine. His exterior, who he is wallpaper thin. I could see right through him so easily. I could tear through him, see through him. I see him. But he surrounds himself with people who are blind to it, you know, who can't see the insecure man that he is. But the thing is, he can't cover my eyes because I can see him. I can see him for exactly who he is. And I had a little bit of like a smugness about me that's like, yeah, I know exactly who you are. And you hate that, but I do know. And then what you want from me will always be mine. So like what he wants from me, like me to just like bow and like beckon, be at his beck and call and be like a submissive person to him. And anything that he wants from me, whether it be love, adoration, admiration, or whatever, will always be mine. Like, he will never have that from me. And I find that funny. And the voice I'm using, like, you're a joke and it's funny, I giggle inside. It's kind of like a mocking voice, or like, hee, cute, you know? But anyway, now we get into the chorus. This is a long-ass video, guys. I'll try and hurry up a little bit, but, I don't know. There's so much to go through. Maybe I'll have to be a two-parter or just a really long video, but yeah.
Will always be mine. Lost boy, only know how to destroy. You think you're...
So those little shakers, obviously they are not real shakers, but I remember a friend, like, I thought, oh yeah, that sounds cool. I remember a friend pointing them out and being like, oh, I love those shakers. Like, they don't sound organic or real, but they sound really cool in the song. And I was like, oh, didn't even strike me as like not sounding organic or that blended. So at first I was like, oh, is this a backhanded compliment? But I was like, no, I don't think it is. I think he's literally saying, like, my friend is literally saying he likes that. He literally likes that sort of synthetic fakeness to it. But it really stood out to me after he said it. The sub boom thing makes me laugh so much. It's so unnecessary, I'd say. Or maybe just a little, again, obnoxious. Like in the first introduction song, the Simps were obnoxious. It's like, oh, I found a sub boom. I'm gonna use it. I do like that din, 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 and a boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I found that to be quite theatrical, and it's a nice from being like up here to like then like kind of descending down. Dun, dun. You know, it's like up, descending. I like the movement of it, is what I'm trying to say. And then we're back into the verse. And we're back into this sort of like, I don't know, like this bit that we know, you know, it's like this ethereal, like, you know.
I can't believe that.
Again, I love the way it breaks and falls. Oh yeah, I remember I specifically added harmonies on the second verse just to like give it something different to the first verse, because not a lot changes.
I can't believe the difference between now and then. I have been soaring through my journey, so clear to see when we met again. You're a star.
Yeah, basically just saying like, you know, I can't believe the difference between now and then. I've been soaring through my journey. I've been really like progressing, my obsession with progression. I've been really soaring, and it was shocking to see you still the exact same. And then I go on to say like, you're like stuck at the starting line. You've actually, in fact, you're not even stuck at the starting line. You've gotten worse. You're actually a worse person.
In fact, you've gotten worse, proving you were a waste of time. I'm glad I'm free and no.
So I do like in this bit, it goes, I'm glad the drums pick up, and then there's another synth that comes in. It's quite mellow, actually, but it's like a soaring synth. It's like this, it feels like freedom. It has a rush to it, like this real feeling of getting away.
You were a waste of time.
So it's all very, and then
I'm glad I'm free and no longer have to deal with you.
I like that as well. Like, I do like it, I don't like it. I go, yeah. I kind of hate it, but I kind of like it. No longer have to deal with you. It's, I don't know, it's very like a Muse or something, you know, Matt Bellamy-esque. I don't know if I love it, but I do like the on top of it to soften it.
Glad I'm free and no longer have to deal with you. You're broken and it's funny. I giggle inside.
If you listen to when I say giggle inside, you can hear me actually giggle. Right.
You're broken and it's funny. I giggle inside.
It's very subtle. I wish I made it louder.
You know, 'cause you tried.
But yeah, I literally say, you're a joke and it's funny. No, you're broken and it's funny. I giggle inside, but you can't break me, you know, 'cause you tried. And I love that line. I'm still like, yes, man, that's a bad bitch line. It's literally like, you're broken. I could see it. You are completely way worse than you used to be. You are completely broken and you tried breaking me all the time ago and you weren't able to. And you know, because you tried, you know, because you tried. And I'm still here making it, okay? Not breaking it. Okay, then into the bridge. I find that so funny.
Can't find a home. Lost boy, you will always be alone. Lost boy, even if you find love. Lost boy, it won't be enough. It won't be enough.
Yeah, so I'm basically just being like, you know, lost boy, you'll always be alone. Even if you find love, it will never be enough. It's like literally being, you're a narcissist, you have a hole inside your chest. It will never be filled because you just don't know how to love properly. And I do find like the instrumental quite quirky. I love the guitar. Like I said, my friend did that guitar and I really like it. The other bits are woo. That he had like this really cool little Korg, micro Korg sort of thing that you could make really fun noises on, so I used that. And the little organ, do, do, do. I know, it's all kind of comical, but it just go with the lyrics, like that very taunting sort of lyrics of like ha ha ha, kind of goes with it. It's almost like circusy, silly, clown-like. And in this bit, I'm like, it will never be enough. My vocals on this bit I don't love, but like I said, like I didn't pitch correct and I was straining. My voice wasn't, you know, what it is now or what it was before. So yeah. I hate that. I do find the lift to be quite funny as well. Like key changes in general, like for me, like a key change, I don't love key changes, if I'm honest. I just kind of don't. And I don't love this one. I think it's cute that I gave it a go. I think maybe it was one of the checklist things, a key change. I don't know if it was, but it might have been. But yeah. I like da da da. I don't know. I like this bit. Just the drums and the vocals. And then I like the way it kind of sinks you back into that. Ding, 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 ding. And it's a fade out, but the vocals don't fade out. Not as quickly as the instrumental. And it really kind of hones in on that like lost feeling, like you're lost. You are lost. Yeah, and the song is called Lost Boy Alone, and I'm literally just saying, you're lost. you'll always be lost and you'll always be alone. But anyway, moving on, we've now got an interlude. It's only 1 minute long. Okay, so after the interlude, we have 4 more songs, and yeah, I imagine they're going to have a lot of extensive stuff going on. But you know, like I said, I've wanted to do this for a long time. I want to get it all out. I don't want to shorten it. I don't want to rush it. I don't even know who's going to be watching. If you're still watching at this point, let me know that you got to this point in the video. Just let me know in the comments, because it'll be interesting to see. I know this is very long and probably not that fun, but let me know how far you get. That'd be cool. This is definitely a project that I'm doing for me. I'm doing this for me. I want to go through it like I am, because I don't want to skip over anything. This is kind of important to me and sentimental and vulnerable. So yeah, I don't know why I'm explaining myself. It's just I worry. I just worry a lot. But anyway, now we've got an interlude. And in this interlude, we have the sound of rushing water. And that was my field recording. In this, I sing like little parts of each song on the album. I don't know why it's got really yellow, the video. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's a battery thing. Anyway, let's go. Trying to get every last drop. The sound where it's like, that was the sound of my family dog running in the water. This video has gone so yellow in the viewfinder, on the screen. I don't want to mess with anything, actually. Yeah, short and sweet. Next song is called Do I Want This? This one is very deep and, trigger warning, dark, okay? So, again, this is about the R word experience. But yeah, let's go for it. And this is quite a change up from like Lost Boy Alone and Buried in the Sand sound-wise as well. Bit more dark and like hypnotic, tripnotic.
You could present me with a rose, and I could crush your dreams. But when I'm laid down, intoxicated, I fall apart at the seams, babe. Body and mind, better leave me in my mind. Can't say a word, so I just lie silent and hide. Body and mind, better leave me in my mind. Can't say a word, so I just lie. Are you pushing on me, boy? Is this feeling
that R&B
real?
feel again?
Get me out of this void. Do all this. Are you taking it too far? Is this feeling real? Or is this a movie down the style? Kissing down my body, I push away your touch. Soon as you put your hands on me, I say it's all too much.
Loads of vocal layers in this song. Definitely some timing issues with the vocal and the beat. But hey.
Are you pushing on me, boy? Is this feeling real? Get me out of this void. Do all this. Are you taking it too far? Is this feeling real? Or is this a movie on the sky?
I like that ending. Whoa! But yeah, okay, let's go through it. I'm going to try not take too long. I know I said, oh, it doesn't matter if I do take long, but I'm going to try and keep it as concise as I possibly can. This is definitely a heavy one. Even listening to it then, I was like, yeah, this was heavy. But yeah, let's go to the start. Starting with these synths, these moody, haunting synths, and we've got that little sub 808 drum kick, you know, with the little snare. The drums are kind of not the main feature, you know what I mean? Like the drums aren't like, it's very, they like kind of sit in the back a little bit. The lyrics I say, you could present me with a rose and I could crush your dreams, but when I'm laid down intoxicated, I fall apart at the seams. So again, going on that bad bitch energy of like, you could present me with a rose, you could be like so romantic to me and I could crush your dreams. I could be like, bye boy, you know what I mean? I could be that bad bitch, but when I'm intoxicated and some really intoxicated, and when I say intoxicated, I mean like fully intoxicated to the point of gonna throw up, need to lie down, need to pass out, then I fall apart at the seams. I can't defend myself, literally.
But when I'm laid down, intoxicated,
I go, but when I'm laid down, intoxicated. It's very down, it's very, I give up sort of sound, but when I'm laid down, you know, it's got a lazy, but kind of like frustrated, dull sound to it.
I fall apart at the seams, babe. Body and mind.
I don't know why I added the babe in there. I just think it worked. Babe. I guess it's like that little bit of anger again. Babe. The way I say it, there's a little bit of anger in it. You know?
At the seams,
babe.
Body and mind, better leave me in my vibe. Can't say a word. So
This is a very vulnerable part. And you could feel the vulnerability. The bass is gone. We got the kick, the bass of the kick, right? But like it's very lifted and lots of vocal like stuff. It's very like this is what it felt like as well in my head, like this kind of like all this stuff happening to me, like dark, nasty stuff happening to me, and in my head's like body and mind battling me in my vibe. Can't say a word, so I just lie silent and hide. I don't know why I use the word vibe so much. But yeah, I do. You know, my body and my mind are kind of like, you know, I want to get out, I want to run and all of that, but like I can't. I'm in a freeze response. I can't even move. Can't say a word. I'm frozen, so I just lie silent and hide. I like the harmonies. Go, can't say a word, so I just lie silent and hide. It's like this real sorrowful kind of, what the fuck sort of energy to it, you know?
So I just lie silent. Do all this. Are you pushing me?
And then we're back into this kind of like this almost like impending like feeling of doom with the bassy synth coming in. It's just very impending and nightmarish, like demonic almost. And I'm saying, do I want this? Are you pushing on me, boy? Is this feeling real? And basically I'm in my head going, hang on, do I even want this? And like, obviously the answer is no, I didn't want this. But when you're fucked up and you're in that situation once again, there is part of you that goes, shall I just succumb and try and like it? Sounds so dark and it makes me feel so sick, but it's true. It's this feeling of like, it is happening now and I could try and run away. I could try and push. I could try to say no, but I'm in a place where I have nowhere to escape to. I am completely powerless against this man. I'm absolutely fucked up. So do I just try and just be okay with it? And it's not like enjoy it, get into it, start like actually doing it with them, but just kind of going to a place in your mind where you can try and convince yourself that it's normal. Like that he just thinks, oh, we're hooking up. Even though in reality, I did say no to him and told him I didn't want to do it a lot. But there is still that part that when he didn't take my no seriously, that I just tried to go somewhere better in my mind and also try and convince myself that I wanted it. But I'm literally saying, do I want this? Or are you pushing on me? Is this feeling real? Like, I'm literally just like, is all of this real? Why are you pushing on me? Like, why are you pushing this on me? You know? Are you taking it too far?
Is this feeling real? Do all this. Are you pushing on me, boy?
I don't know why. I'm really glad I made this part of the song because it's so fucking like miserable and sorrowful and sad. And this bit just kind of is a sad bit, but it kind of takes you out for a little bit. You know, it just kind of is a little like reprieve, like, it's a little relief from like all the dismalness and kind of like a, yes, I'm saying things like, do I want this? Are you pushing on me, boy? But I've got a bit of attitude in it. It's like, again, going to that fantasy version of myself and trying to live in like a dreamland, switching it up because the pain of what's happening is so horrible that like this beat switch up is also like a brain switch up. It's like trying to take myself to a happy place, a cool place, a fun place. So it's like, oh yeah, let's suddenly turn this sad, slow song into like a kind of a bop where you can have attitude and dance to it. It's like taking you out of it, giving you a little bit of happiness. It's strange, but it's real.
This feeling real. Get me out of this void. Do all this. Are you taking it too far? Is this feeling real?
Or is this a movie and I'm the star? Again, that detachment. Is this real or is this a movie and I'm the star? You know, am I just starring in a movie? You know, is this all fake? I could take my mind wherever I want to go. And maybe this is just a movie and I'm the star. You know, it's that detachment, that kind of watching yourself from a different perspective and seeing yourself as like an actor, not connecting to yourself in such a horrible moment. This bit's very vulnerable here.
Kissing down my body, I push away your touch.
I really like how the blends into the you know, it like kind of, yeah, I just like that.
Soon as you put your hands on me, I say it's all too much. Like I'm a traitor to myself. soul. Presence too tough to pull away.
I'm basically just saying here, like, you know, you're kissing down my body and I push away your touch. That's what I say. Kissing down my body, I push away your touch. As soon as you put your hands on me, I say it's all too much. And then I say, I feel like a traitor to my soul, but his presence is too tough to pull away from. Animal instinct wants to take control, which is my freeze response. And something feels wrong. Something feels wrong. I can't escape this. It's like, I'm in a confusion. This was my friend that did this to me. So I'm like, and I'm also trying to convince myself it's all okay. At the same time saying this is not okay. I can't run. I can't hide. There's literally like nothing I can do. So my brain is actually so confused.
Animal instinct wants to take control. Something feels wrong.
I like the way I say that. I like the way I go, something feels wrong. And it kind of like the wrong like merges into the other vocals because it's how it felt. I was fucking like I said, I was inebriated at the time, intoxicated. So I'm like, something feels wrong. It's like I'm trying to like, I'm so confused, but I'm like, but something feels wrong. It's like that horror, that kind of like suspense of like something like, something feels like there's something behind me. You know, that kind of realization. Okay, so in the background, can you hear me go? So it's got a muffled sort of sound to it, but basically in recording, that was me literally like singing, trying to sing the backing vocals, but actually like, it's not like crying, but it's like, you know, it's just like pain pouring out of me, and it kind of sounds like crying. Wait. I was meant to go, but I go, because I couldn't end my note where it was meant to end. I was actually in a lot of pain recording. And then I enhanced it. Oh wait, that vocal I'm so obsessed with. And when I heard it back like years later, I was like, fucking hell, I don't even remember doing that. I was like, hee, hee, hee. Wait, let's hear it. Wait. It's so subtle. Honestly, some of these vocals, like in the background, I wish I pushed up a little bit more. It's so subtle. You can barely hear it. It's kind of sad. Okay. Are you pushing on me, boy? Is this feeling real? Get me out of this void. Do all the I think like with the added like it gives it that extra element of circus like feeling again, that kind of like mania and like sort of just like, I don't know, disoriented thoughts. Are you taking it too far? Is this feeling real? Because it sounds so messy. Whoa! But yeah, dark ass fucking song, but with a kind of popping little, do I want this? I know it's not like extremely popping, but it's like definitely a stark difference to the rest of the song. And I'm glad it's there. I'm really glad it's there because it really does take you out of like the pain of the whole thing a little bit. But yeah. Anyway, next one, Tied Up in a High Tide. This one I definitely had like great ideas for and like great potential, but there are quite a lot of moments where it just like, it's very rough around the edges. and I just couldn't get it right, but let's hear it anyway. Tied Up in a High Tide.
Not that I don't want love. It's just I forgot how it feels. I crave more, but I'm pinned behind the shields. No.
This was also at a time where I was just too embarrassed to talk in my own accent. Like, how does that make sense? Like, I'm like, not that I don't want love. I'm not even American, but I sound fully American. So funny. But I felt more comfortable doing that voice than being like, not that I don't want love. Whereas now I'm happy to do that voice, the British accent, my accent. But I was a lot younger then, a bit more, insecure about things like that. So, and I don't know, it just wasn't the vibe, I guess. But yeah, not that I don't want love. I just forgot how it feels. Let's keep going.
Yes. I crave more.
This is very cohesive with the last song, instrumental-wise. Like the sounds.
Not that I'm happy alone. I'm just not used to being two. I sometimes crave more, but I'm caught in shades of blue.
Lana reference. You could definitely hear the Lana inspo.
But I'm not sure how to change my tone. It makes me insecure. I'm exposed and alone, but I'm not sure how to change my tone. Wild card girl, caught inside a landslide. In my world, tied up in a high tide. Can't seem to keep my friends. It's becoming my latest trend. I'm not against affection. I'm just hot and cold. Always searching for perfection, waiting for my future to unfold. It makes me insecure. I'm exposed and alone.
The timing with the beat, again, not it. It's not it.
It makes me insecure. I'm exposed and alone, but
I'm just going to pause quickly. Like, honestly, when I was doing this, I didn't really know. When I was making beats, I just did it through feel. So it was all just like a feel. I didn't actually line it up so it was on the beat perfectly, ever. I literally just didn't even think to do that. Like, again, like I said before, I don't know how to play drums, nothing. I'm not a rhythmic, but I love rhythm. I love the sound of it. But especially at this time, I wasn't a very rhythmic person. I knew how to sing, That's it. It's a very melodic thing, singing. And of course you sing to a beat, but actually doing beats and then I couldn't work out, when I'd sing the song then, I would go, why can't I fit this in on the beat properly? So I'd try and fit my vocal to like this, ski whiffy beat, because I hadn't lined it up properly. I thought I wasn't getting the timing right. I thought I wasn't singing it right, when actually I just didn't get the beat right. Yeah. So funny to think about. And it's so, the way it went into that is so harsh. So harsh. Rushed. Bad timing.
in my world, tied up in a high tide. Can't seem to keep my friends. It's becoming my latest trend.
Are you feeling the time to love you?
God, it's like I said at the start, this song had so much potential, but the beat and like the rhythm and the timing just kind of really fucks it. But let's go through it like I have with the others.
Not that I don't want love. It's just I forgot how it feels. I crave more, but I'm pinned behind the shields.
So yeah, it's quite simple. Not that I don't want love, I just forgot how it feels. I've craved something more, but I'm pinned behind the shields. It's very much like I want to find love, I want to find a partner and fall in love, but I've been so hurt from my ex that like I've built up a lot of shields and I crave more, I want more, but I have so much shields that it's going to be really hard to like break them down and fall in love again.
Not that I'm happy alone. I'm just
I do really like what I do with my voice, like to characterize, like I can really, like when I hear the things I do with my voice, I remember what I was trying to portray. So like, nah, then I'm happy alone. Again, it's that sorrowful sort of like, this like real giving up feeling. There's quite a lot of that on the album, this kind of giving up vocal of just like, oh, god damn, it's like very depressed, you know?
not used to being two.
And yeah, not that I'm happy alone, I'm just not used to being two. You know, when you're with your partner, you call them your other half. You know, I'm not used to being another half anymore. I am used to having this independence.
I sometimes crave more, but I'm caught in
I crave more, but I'm caught in shades of blue. And I like when I go, ooh, oh, 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 oh. Instead of actually putting a delay on it, I created my own delay, like, oh, 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 oh. I sang the delay. I think that's kind of cute.
It makes me insecure. I'm exposed and alone, but I'm not sure.
If the beat just worked a bit better on this bit, it would have been fine. But like, it makes me insecure. I'm exposed and alone, and I'm not sure how to change my tone. So yeah, I'm literally feeling insecure, exposed, and alone. But I don't know how to change my tone, you know? I feel insecure. I feel like no one's going to love me anymore. Like, how could anyone love me? Like, or will anyone ever love me again? It's like really weird. I feel exposed in the sense of I don't have someone there to like protect me and like, you know, like a partner does. You feel a bit safer in the world when you have a partner. You just do. Whether it, you know, it doesn't matter the gender, nothing like that. It's not even like a woman needs a man. It's nothing to do with that. It's just you feel safer having that somebody with you. But I don't know how to change my tone. And that's what I say. Like, I don't know how to be vulnerable or to be more secure or confident in that, you know, wanting someone and dropping my shields.
How to change my tone? Wild card girl.
Going into the chorus here doesn't sound as bad as the second times it goes into the chorus. I feel like I really fuck up on the beat in the second verse. Like, I don't know why, it just really shifts and I just didn't know what to do with it. Yeah. And like I said, when I was mastering it all through the night, when you master and mix that long, you get like deaf to your own music and sounds and you just can't hear the mistakes anymore. And that's kind of what happened, but hey.
How to change my tone? Wild card girl. Caught inside a landslide.
So wild card girl caught inside a landslide.
In my world, tied up in a high tide.
So yeah, it kind of shifts a little bit from wanting love, but it's just talking about who I am. Like, I was a wild card girl. I was very impulsive. I did wild things. I did really wild things. I was very numb, very dark and like wild and wanted to just have loads of fun all the time, like almost like hedonism sort of thing. But anyway, yeah, wild card girl caught up in a landslide, like all this wildness that I am, and I'm caught in a landslide. I'm caught in like danger and like I'm caught in a trap, and I'm like, you know, this wild being that needs to be free from like pain and stuff that's in me, but I'd get myself in shit situations by being wild. Oh yeah, and then I go, in my world, I'm tied up in a high tide. So like in my weird, crazy world, I'm tied up in a high tide, and like obviously a high tide can like take you out. I was just feeling really lost, completely chaotic. I felt completely like, and landslides and high tides are like Mother Nature, and what's bigger than us? It is Mother Nature. Mother Nature is so much bigger than us. And like I was a wild little girl in a wild, crazy world, and it was like wilder than me, and it was swallowing me up. I felt very overwhelmed. In the next part, I say, can't seem to keep my friends. It's becoming my latest trend, because yeah, I was losing friends, and that was difficult for me. I was losing people that I loved, and it was hard, and I felt like it was because of me. And I always go back to the song Liability by Lorde. That song I related to so much, because I just felt like I was a wild girl. I was a toy that like you could only enjoy for a little bit until you get bored of me. And that's what I felt like.
Seem to keep my friends, it's becoming my latest trend. I'm not against affection, I'm just hot and cold.
And we go back to the start there, like I'm not against affection, I'm just hot and cold. And like what I say in the introduction, I'm cold, I'm warm, never one long enough to grab it. You know, I'm not against affection, but I'm hot and cold. Sometimes I want to be touched, sometimes I just want you to leave me alone.
Always searching for perfection, waiting for my future to unfold.
Always searching for perfection. Perfection doesn't exist. And always waiting for my future to unfold. Like waiting for something to happen to me. Again, nothing really happens unless you go and get it. Okay, yes, I want to skip it to the bridge bit, because this bit could have sounded really good if I just made some tweaks.
The times of youth, taking home the wicker basket.
Okay, so number one, I say, cradling the times of youth, taking home the wicker basket. So basically, and I like the effect on my vocal. I just wish it was a little less, or like a little bit more, so you could hear what I'm saying a bit easier, you know? But I do like it for the fact that it sounds retro, like a memory, right? And I'm literally saying, I'm cradling the times of youth, taking home the wicker basket, thinking of myself as an infant, and like my parents taking home the basket of me as a baby inside of it, you know? And I'm just a tiny little baby. It's got this memory, this sweetness. And then we kind of go back into the chorus just for one line. And I like that idea so much of going into like sharply, you know, kind of going into the chorus. But I wish it didn't blend. I wish it was more stark. So like, so it kind of goes. I kind of like the way it slingshots into it, but I also would like it to be like, the wicker basket, wild card girl. You know, a bit more like just strong and like punctual and, I don't know, just glottal in a way, but oh well.
Caught inside a landslide, the pure times before the truth in my world.
So yeah, I'm there going, the purer times before the truth. I just like the juxtaposing sort of moments there of being like, you know, cradling times of youth, and then being like wild card girl, and then being like the purer times before the truth, you know, before the truth of what the world is. The purer times where like the world is a beautiful place and it's so much fun when you're a kid, before I knew the truth of what it really is. And then back into tied up in a high tide, the chaos of real life, leaving behind the closed casket. And it's like the purer times for the truth, leaving behind the closed casket. And it's like, you know, we are on our way to a closed casket, right? We start with the wicker basket and we end in a closed casket. I'm saying I'm already dead in a way, because I'm saying the pure times before the closed casket. The casket has already been closed on me. I'm already dead because I see how bad this world could be. I see how crazy it could be. I feel a whole array of like pain. So like my purity and my innocence and my youth has died. I've already met the closed casket. But I also am saying in a way that I want to leave behind this closed casket of a person I am. This kind of like already dead person.
The closed
I actually really like my ad-lib vocal on this bit. Number one, I love how it goes, wild card. I like the way it like literally reaches into it from the vocal. I love that. And do you know what? I actually remember like listening to that again, like I remember how long it took me to like sort out the volume levels on that part. It took me so long because like the ad-lib, I wanted it to, you know, be heard, but I didn't want it to sound shrill or to sound, I used to find it really hard to like mix my bigger vocals, like when I would belt or like, you know, really get up there in my range. I used to find those bits the hardest to mix, but I think I did it all right. And I slide. That song I love. A landslide. So I literally slide when I say slide. I love that of me. Yes, Fern. I don't know why that's cool, but it is. And then I go into tied up dinner. That's what I do. I go into a bratty voice. That's just fucking out of like pocket. Hell, I don't even know what I do. Whoa, it's so like, it's actually chaos. Hang on. Can't seem to keep my friends. That note. Friends. I love that so much. Can't seem to keep my friends. It's becoming my latest trend. I love that. I'm actually like, that last chorus really redeems the song for me. I actually really enjoyed that last chorus because of the ad-lib vocals that I do. Like, I actually really enjoyed that. That was cool at the end because the rest of the song I'm just kind of like, meh. But anyway, moving on. We're nearly at 2 hours of recording, which is quite normal for an album reaction for me anyway. So thank God this album's only 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes I've been recording for nearly 2 hours. If this album was an hour long, imagine how long the video would be then. But anyway, we've got 2 songs left. This one's called He Doesn't Sleep With Me at Night. And this is probably my most Lana-inspired song on the album. The song isn't about me at all. It is a story I am telling. So it's a storytelling song. Yeah, let's go for it. I actually really enjoy this song in a lot of ways, but there are, again, tweaks I would make now to make it sound even more immersive. But anyway, let's go for it.
Garden, I see a perfect light tree. The shadow it casts and the shade of its green. It inspires me and he admires me for the way you look over my shoulder.
So much reverb.
Even the clouds drifting could not turn my sky now he's my man, though he doesn't belong to anyone but for weeks at a time. I can't seem to let go of the days that go by. He takes a piece of me, he holds on to me. So when he comes home, he knows he can say, all the other girls can never compare to you. When I'm with you, my soul is true, though he doesn't belong to anyone but my baby. He don't sleep with me at night. He comes and he goes. I love him and he knows. Creeps out the door when it's time to turn out the lights. Keeps me on my toes with the way he moves and flows. It feels so stagnant, this fragmented time. It feels so stagnant, this fragmented time. My baby, he don't sleep with me at night. It feels so stagnant, this fragmented time. He doesn't belong to anyone but everyone.
Okay, yeah, just didn't. I barely spoke throughout that one. I don't think did. I don't know. Do you know what? I get like, you know, I got synesthesia. It's even weirder because like this is obviously a song I wrote, so I could see my vision of what I wanted the music video to look like, because I was actually planning to do a music video for that one, and I could see it so much that like I can't explain it. It's like I could just see it like scene for scene so perfectly that it literally feels like I'm actually there. So like I got my eyes closed in that one and I can literally, it's like I'm actually there. It's crazy. It's like an actual dream, which is crazy. I don't know, it's just a weird feeling. But anyway, let's go through it. This one probably won't take too long to go through because I don't know, it's more simple, I guess, but I do want to talk about the lyrics. So we start off with these kind of space-like synths. Again, it's pretty cohesive. Nice little modulations.
I see a perfect lime tree.
Okay, so I'm like, in this beautiful garden, I see a perfect lime tree. The shadow it casts and the shades of its green. He admires me. It inspires me and he admires me for the way that I look over my shoulder and say. So it's like I could see myself looking at this lime tree and the shadow it's casting, and I'm inspired by it. I think it's beautiful nature. And when I say it's not actually about me, this song, but just pretend I'm the main character in this song, okay? But then I'm watching this lime tree, but he stood behind me watching me watch the lime tree. For the way I look over my shoulder, and then I go on to say, even the cloud shifting could not turn my sky grey. When I'm with you, my sky is blue. So it's very romantic. I'm looking at this tree. I think it's beautiful. Give me 1 second. Laptop's going to run out of battery, and it will stop my microphone recording, so I need to get on. Okay, all good. Yeah, so it's very romantic in the sense that, like, I'm looking at this tree, I think this tree is beautiful, but he's looking at me, look at this tree, and he finds that to be even more beautiful. And then I look over my shoulder and I'm romantic to him by saying, even a cloud shifting does not turn my sky grey. When I'm with you, my sky is blue.
I'm with you, my sky is blue.
I really like the reverb on the blue there. Blah. I'm like, blah. And then it kind of like reverbs off. Then we got the drum. Such a subtle drum in this song. I remember, like, with my mentor, I said, like, oh, do you think I should turn the drum up? He was like, you know what? I kind of love the drum not being that loud. It gives it like this, it's atmospheric with the vocals and stuff enough. So I was like, okay. And I kind of agree with the drum side of things. There are other bits in the chorus that I wish were louder, but
I know he's my man.
When he holds out his hand, I know that he's my man.
Though he doesn't belong.
He doesn't belong to anyone. So yeah, I go, he doesn't belong to anyone but everyone. So he doesn't belong to anyone, but he does belong to everyone. He's not really just my man. He is everyone's man. He's a bit of a man-whore. I do love the way it goes into the chorus with that. And then you're like submerged into this kind of like real lazy trip hoppy kind of sound. And like, I like where it goes, and it goes, like a siren almost. Hang on. It's almost like alarm bells ringing. You know what I mean? Like it's like, he, my baby, he don't sleep with me at night. He comes in, he goes in. Now I can't sleep without the light. I don't know what I say actually. Hang on. I love the way it overpowers the vocals for a minute as well.
He comes in, he goes. I love him and he knows. Creeps out the door when it's time to turn out all the lights.
He comes and sees me, but doesn't ever stay over. He never sleeps over, basically. And it makes me, or the main character, feel like a mistress. Like maybe he's got another woman. So much in his chorus, though, that I wish like the that little synth, that bassy synth, I fucking wish it was more loud and a bit more immersive. I really wish it was. Because it comes in with such great energy. That first, like, synth is so powerful, takes over the vocal a little bit at the start. And that bass line, I wish that was just pumped up a little bit more. That would be so good. I wish I could change that.
Creeps out the door when he leaves me high and dry for weeks at a time. I can't seem to let go of the days that go by. He takes a piece of me, he holds on to me. So when he comes home, he knows
like that. It like pulls back. There's no drums. And very much just being like, when he's gone, I just can't wait for him to get back. But he takes a piece of me every time he leaves. So like he has me, like he owns me in some way. You know, he's got a hold on me basically, so that he knows that when he comes back, he can say, all the other girls don't compare to you. When I'm with you, my soul is true. Let's hear it. And I like how it comes in with the drum. All the other girls can never compare to you, showing like it's me talking and then it's like him talking, and he's got this little bit of like he's smooth talking me, and it's got like a kind of smooth talk, like the instrumental's got that smooth talking like swag to it, you know?
All the other girls can never compare to you. When I'm with you, my soul is true. Though he doesn't belong to anyone but my baby. He don't sleep with me at night.
I wish this chorus was more immersive.
He goes.
It's so subtle.
I love him and he
It does make me so sad because it could be so much better.
time to take out the light.
Honestly, if this was a bit more like, you know, some of the levels would change. This might be my favourite song on the album.
Keeps me on my toes with the way he moves and
It keeps me on my toes with the way he moves and flows. I love this bit. This has a bit more of a volume to it that I like.
it feels so stagnant, this fragmented time.
I love how like it's like boom, 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 da, da, da. You know, it's got like a real immersive feeling. I wish it was maybe a little bit louder, but it's meant to be like I'm in like this void, and I'm like, it feels so stagnant, this fragmented time. Because I only see this guy, the main character only sees this guy now and then. Like he comes and he goes all the time. Fragmented time, it feels stagnant because it's like, it's getting tedious. She just wants him there. She wants him forever. She wants him to want her forever. And she's now feeling a bit bored of this fragmented time. She's like, his sweet talking isn't working anymore. Like, I'm sick of this fragmented time, like that I get to spend with him.
It feels so stagnant, this fragmented time. My baby, he don't sleep with me at night. It feels so stagnant, this fragmented time. He doesn't belong to anyone.
There's a self-awareness to it. He doesn't belong to anyone.
Everyone.
Like, it's kind of like being like, you know, she is aware. She's saying, he doesn't sleep with me at night. He doesn't belong to me. He belongs to everyone. She is aware of these things. She's like aware of it, but like still loves him, you know? But then that last bit, like, it feels so stagnant, this fragmented time. It's a bit more of a realization of like, I can't keep doing this. But yeah, I like that song. I just wish there was a bit more, I just wish it could be a bit more immersive, and yeah, I would change a lot. Last song now, guys. Oh my gosh, crazy. I can't believe I've sat here this long listening to my own bloody music that I made 6 years ago. Oh, no, longer than that. Oh, no, yeah, 6 years ago, sorry. Let's do it. Last song, and it's called Rebirth. The phaser sounds. The drum feels pretty present in this song. It's been a while since we had a present drum. Probably the most present than in any of the other songs.
Letting my hands on a merry-go-round. Why does but I'm breaking out from this morning frost. My armor is becoming soft, falling away, night landing in today, yeah. This carousel is taking off. I want to stay, but I know it's not okay. Hold on to the reins of this wild horse. Let her be free, let her run her course. You know there's no such thing as trust when you choose to use force. So let go lightly, just ever so
Such a cute little outro song. It's so like, it's like literally like sugary sweet.
ever so slightly, head in the air on a Ferris wheel, bright colors and flashing lights. Maybe up here I'll have room to feel all the things I've locked up tight. My armor is becoming soft, falling away, night landing.
I actually really like the lyrics of this one. I'm actually excited to go through them.
This carriage is breaking off, out of the way. Am I going to be okay? Hold on to the sides of this fragile card. Only a matter of time before it falls apart. You know there's no such thing as trust when you choose to use force. So let go lightly, just ever so slightly. Let go lightly, ever so slightly. I spin and I spin into the ground. Deep silence causing it, no, I can't hear a sound.
Got that little bit of R&B in it
I
again.
wake and I shake, I'm not ready to drown in these tense waters. No, it's time to come around. I breathe, suck the air into my chest. I'm newborn. I'm newborn. I've grieved, laid my careless skin to rest. I'm newborn. I'm newborn. Flying through the sky in this new frame of mind. Let myself free in this new journey. You know there's no such thing as trust when you choose to use force. So let go lightly, just ever so slightly. Let go lightly, ever so slightly.
Okay, yeah, cute. Kind of like, I'm just like kind of bobbing my head to that one. I guess we've been doing this for a while. I did think though, I might actually show you at the very end one of my newest songs and just hear the difference. And again, the newest song isn't perfect either, but you know, there is a stark difference. But anyway, let's go through this one. Last and for all, I'm mainly excited to go into the lyrics. This is just whatever. This kind of carries a similar energy to Lost Boy Alone and Buried in the Sand with that bassy sound. Like the kind of, yeah, the textures and like the, I don't know, similar. It's just similar. I remember I wanted to make the song sound really cute.
Head in my hands on a merry-go-round. White
So yeah, if you read the lyrics, I write mourning as in mourning, like grieving. So, you know, I'm on this merry-go-round, it's going round and round, and there's white horses and there's candy floss. I'm at a circus, you know, I'm setting the scene. But I'm the blue tears of a lonely clown. Like, I am the sadness of that lonely clown. But I'm breaking out of my mourning, my grieving, and the frost. I'm breaking out from the frost. I'm becoming warm.
My armor is becoming soft, falling.
And I say soft in a soft way.
Night landing in today, yeah. This carousel is taking off. I want to stay, but I know it's not okay.
My armor is becoming soft, and it's like night landing into day. So like how night softly lands into day and how the darkness softly becomes light. This carousel is taking off. So I'm on this carousel going around, but it's starting to take off. And I'm like, you know, and I want to stay. I want to be and safe, but I know it's not okay to stay. I have to go with the changes. I have to go with this carousel that is just leaping into like, falling off course, basically. But it's like a good thing. It's the adventure zone.
Hold on to the reins of this wild horse. Let her be free. Let her run her course. You know there's no such thing as trust when you choose to use force.
Hold on to the reins of this wild horse. Like, this carousel horse isn't a carousel horse anymore, it's a wild horse. Like, you know, Fern, that this horse has got to do what it's got to do. She's got to run her course. She's got to go through it. She's got to get through it and just embrace it. And then it says, you know, this is one of my favorite lines on the album. You know, there's no such thing as trust when you choose to use force. And I think that goes so much of the stuff in this album, whether it be my ex-boyfriend or horrible things that happened to me, force was used and trust was broken. But also with myself, there is no such thing as trust when you choose to use force. If you try and force something to happen or something to stay the same or whatever, then there's no trust. Let go and trust. Trust the process. Trust that you will progress. Your obsession with progression will carry on. Trust that the path that you're going down will be okay. It's going to be for the greater good, because you know deep down it is for the greater good. You just got to let go. Let go of all the armor, the shields, all of it, you know?
So let go
lightly.
Just
ever so slightly.
Head in the air.
On a fair, and now we're on a Ferris wheel. So head in the air on a Ferris wheel. Maybe up here I've got room to feel all the feelings that I've locked up tight. Because, you know, being high on a Ferris wheel, you're up in the air and you're like, oh, I've actually got room to feel all those feelings that I've locked up tight. Like, it's metaphoric, you know, being up there in the sky and there's nothing around is like a physical thing, right? But it also is a metaphor for like having my head clear and being able to feel those things I've locked up tight.
This carriage is breaking out of the way. Am I going to be okay? Hold on.
Yeah, so basically this carriage is breaking off out of the way. Am I going to be okay? So I'm like, oh my God, this carriage is now breaking off out of the way. You know, this is going to be like crazy and chaotic. Am I going to be, I'm still questioning, like, am I going to be okay? The carousel taking off, I was like, just trust and it'll be okay. And this bit now I'm like, am I going to be okay? So there is still questioning. So hold on to the sides of this fragile car, only a matter of time before it falls apart. And it's like, again, metaphoric, like, it's like holding on to like a part of me, but there's only a matter of time before I'm going to fall apart. I need to move on. I need to like accept growth and progression, you know? Okay, bridge.
Ever so slightly, I spin and I spin into the crowd. Deep silence causing in, no, I can't hear a sound. Water
I'm spinning from this, the Ferris wheel into the ground. Everything's silent, and I'm completely gone. But I'm like, no, hang on. I'm not dead yet. I'm not in that closed casket. I'm not dead. It's time for me to come around. I'm not ready to drown. I'm going to come round and be reborn.
I breathe, suck the air into my chest. I'm newborn.
I'm newborn.
I'm newborn.
And I think that's even more powerful than saying reborn. I'm newborn. It's not even reborn. I'm not the same. I'm newborn. I breathe, I suck the air into my chest. I'm newborn. I am finally out of this period of pain, and I'm newborn. I'm ready to accept a better life. I grieved and I laid my careless skin to rest.
Flying through the sky in this new frame of mind.
I really like that. Flying through the sky in this new frame of mind. Like, that's so cute, because now I'm not like holding on to anything. I'm not in a car. I'm not on a horse. I'm flying through the sky as myself, and this new frame of mind, this new perspective, this like fresh newborn perspective.
I'm free in this new journey.
Right.
Free.
I set myself free in this new journey.
Let go lightly.
But yeah, you get the idea. And also, I didn't really talk about the music in that one. Yeah, it's just cute. It's just cutesy little bits going on. Nothing too extreme. That is it. And I actually am so happy that the album closes out on such a positive note of, yes, being terrified to, go on with my life after so much pain, but I'm ready to and happy to. It's so sweet. I've gone through so many fucking ups and downs in my life. It's crazy. I think we all have, but like, I don't know, sometimes when I think of mine, I'm like, how many times am I going to be reborn? Like, that song is called Rebirth, and I'm like, how many bloody rebirths have I actually had? Like, too fucking many at this point. And I'm not mad at it, as long as I keep being reborn in like a new frame of mind. No worries, that's good. That's fine by me. Before we leave this rather long video, this will be proof if you got to the end. Because if you got to the end, this part, say to me, I got to the part where you played your new song. I got to the part where you played your new song. Just say that, and I'll know. That would be crazy if you do. This is a very, I don't know, egocentric video, I guess. But right, ready? So this is a new song, and it's called Synthetic. It actually has an intro to it that I'll play as well into the song. Let's go. So yeah, the song is called Synthetic. And this is like my most recent song that I've made. My hair looks so silly with the headphones, but hey. I look like one of those dogs with like floppy ears. Anyway. Okay, and now this is the actual song. That was just the intro.
Tastes like edible plastic. Face melting. Fantastic. Warm hikes. Synthetic. Feels like heaven. Except it's septic. Let me inside the television. Doctor, I'm ready for my brain incision. The bottom of my spine, broken mind. I wanna feel nothing till I'm out of sight. All these little pills, they pretend to care about me. All my little fears, they will never set me free. All these little pills, they pretend to care about me. And all my greatest fears, they will never set me free. Crooked night sky, it's over. Your love was never sober. The pills I took, they were my shield. Now they're gone. I know how I really feel. Did you really care? Why did we always fight? Did I mean nothing? Well, now I'm out of sight. All these little pills, all my little fears, they pretend to care about me. All my greatest fears, they will never set me free. They will never set me
Yeah. So that's my newest. I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say though. Oh, yeah. As you can tell in the chorus, I'm speaking. I'm like, all these little pills. As you can tell, I'm not doing it in an American accent like I was on the album that we just went through, the Swan Songs. In one of the songs, I'm like, it's not that I don't want love. And at least with this one, I'm like, all these little pills. Just doing it in my accent. So, a lot has changed there. I just feel like the whole song is a bit more immersive and polished. I actually really enjoy it. I'm really happy with that song. I'm hoping to write more songs as well. So, yeah. But anyway, let me know if you did get to that part of the video. And let me know if you enjoyed this video. Of course, it was a little weird and all over the place and different, but yeah, let me know what you thought. Oh, and also become a patron if you can, because it really, really does help. And like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all those lovely things. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. All the links for that will be in the description, and I shall see you next time. Bye!